up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are back to discuss the Real Housewives of Miami. Did I already discuss the Real Housewives of Miami? I don't think that I have. Okay, so page 6. Oh God, the episode happened so long ago. I should do both of the episodes together, but we're here already. All right, so page 6. Lenny hasn't filed for divorce. He said he didn't file for divorce, and they've been living separate lives, but that's not what Lisa said. At this point, they're telling two different stories. Marisol comes over Lisa's house. She finds her vodka. She says another article came out, and were you completely blindsided? She says she was. No one was living separate lives, but I do believe that Lisa was in denial. I truly, truly believe she was in denial. You need to live in your truth, and then you're going to be here with or without the kids. That's what he told her. She was like, without the kids? What are you talking about without the kids? Who are the kids going to be around? And she says, I've known Lenny most of my adult life. I'm still in love with him. She says, you need to plan your life. People have great lives after divorce. You need to start planning your life. She was like, but why would he do this? Why would he do this? And the thing is, I think a lot of people, when something like that happens, they think it's about them. And it's really about him. It's really what he's going through. And I do believe it is like a midlife crisis. I believe it's a midlife crisis. And I think that you should move away from him. Like, you should get away from him. But it's going to be hard for her because, oh my God, that's the another show that I watched, the Bernie Madoff story on documentary on Netflix. He almost had $90 billion running through. And did you know that man did not make not one investment, not one trade, not one. So that money was basically just coming in, funding the lifestyle, paying employees, and just had money. And then Ruth Madoff, they lose everything. Everything. I don't know. I think I was looking up and like, where is she now? I think she lives with Bernie Madoff's first wife. They live together in Connecticut, I think, somewhere. But that, I feel like that's what Lisa is going through. Like, this man has a lot of money. Your lifestyle is like woo. And I think that's a part of the anxiety for her is your lifestyle is going to change. It's going to completely change. Yeah, you're getting paid by Bravo, but it's not that. And I don't know much about Lisa. I don't know if she has skincare, makeup, or whatever, purses. I don't know, but that might be something she needs to start looking into and trying to, make money a different way, because that's going to be a swift lifestyle change. From Star Island, where are you going to live? She could probably go live, see, and then she could probably go live in the same apartment building as Alexia, maybe. Where's Alexia getting all that down? What does Tom do? Tom, what's his name? What does he do? Anyways, I'm losing my husband to another woman. So that's what she was upset about. So Alexia is doing a charity, and she is working with this woman. I forgot the woman's name, but I think she has a purse line, handbag line, or something like that. And she's going to do a grand opening of the store, and she wants Alexia to host it. Alexia is also going to bring a charity, Demoya Foundation, which is a foundation that helps people live a more independent living model, which I think is great, because I do think that Alexia, because Todd, he called it last. What do y'all do for him? You are enabling him. You're not doing nothing but him. You can't go and just play basketball. He needs to learn how to live on his own. Yes, he has a brain injury, but I think that Alexia has a weird relationship with her son. She has one of those typical relationship. And I think it's so weird because I think that women actively do that with an awareness that you're acting weird about your son, like Blueface's mother. Like, why are you choosing to act like that? What is that? Is that something going on chemically where you feel like you need to disable your son so he can depend on you in a way, or he needs to be connect this codependent weird relationships that a lot of women have with their sons? I don't know if that's a chemical thing. I don't know, but for us to talk about it so much and for mothers to actively, and it's almost like actively, unconsciously and consciously act like that with their sons, I don't understand it. I really don't get it. But it felt like Alexia wanted wants Frankie to be disabled so that she can take care of him and she can always have him around. But I'm glad that Todd said something, because now she's working with this foundation who's going to work with Frankie to get him living in a more independent living model. I think it's great. I think it's great. Um, did you see, like, she was trying to touch him at some points and he was doing like this, like, don't don't do that. I don't get it. I don't get it. Um he says his mother is a saint. She was like, oh, my little angel. And when she like went to touch his ear and say, oh, my little angel, he like did like this, like, don't touch me. Like that kind of stuff. Like, he's not a baby. That's a grown person. He's a grown person. And because of his brain injury, you think that you have your baby with you still. And that's not your baby. Like, that's not. Alexia, no, Julia. Julia is having date night with Martina. She overcooks the fish. It's their 14-year anniversary. And she says that, she makes this fish. And then the first night that they met, they had a fish and some other stuff. She overcooked the fish, but Martina was, surprised, and they went down by the dock or whatever. And the dog, I was like, the dog, it's like always, I get it, I get you're the animal lover of the group, but girl, anyways, it's like the dog is not trained. That's the problem that I have. I love dogs. I have a dog. I love dogs. Been around dogs all my life. And the untrained, obnoxious dog. I know a dog is a dog and they want food, but you can't have the dog just putting their face all over the food and stuff like that. I just don't. Sit down. Like, that's it. Just sit down or go play or something. Like, all that is so weird to me. Anyway, so Julia said that she's been thinking about Lisa and that relationship and how it went, and how all of a sudden it's just like, Lisa's not in this relationship anymore. And, I think about, how fragile relationships are. And I think a lot of people have to come to the agreement and the awareness that relationships are fragile, and that anything, and a lot of people think that, no, like when Candace said to Ashley on Potomac, I know my man. Yes, you know him, but it's what you don't know about him that gets y'all caught up, right? It's what you don't know about your spouse. When you think you know everything, you can ask an old ass, go ask your grandparents who are probably still married, like most great grandparents or grandparents are probably still married. Go ask them, did you know everything about your husband? Do y'all know everything about each other? Some might say yes, but it's not true. You don't know everything about each other. And the things that you don't know is what gets your ass caught up, right? But I know my man. Okay, it's what you don't know, poo poo. That's the point. It's what you don't know. Are there any barriers in our relationship? Martina said, no, we're good. I just want to be able to go to Aspen 2 weeks out of the year because I love that place. I love that place. She was like, you're going to leave me for Aspen? She was like, no, I just love to be there. And that's all I want you to agree to go to Aspen for 2 weeks out of the year. So I feel like that's not a hard compromise. Aspen, that's not a hard compromise at all. Alexia and Marisol. They went out to eat. They see their friends, Richard and Lee. I don't know where I know those men from. One of the men, the one that said, Hochstein, Lisa Hochstein, he was like, they're still married? They are? I didn't know that. I was like, where do I know that man from? Both of those men, Richard and Lee. Where are those? Y'all tell me in the comments where they're from. But I love that they saw them. They were like, are y'all filming? They were like, yeah, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So that was cool. Like, I love to see, that's the kind of fucking reality show I want to see. Like, not some fucking made up stage scenes. I just want y'all to have cameras following us, and then y'all make a storyline out of the footage that you get. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's so contrived now. It almost feels like y'all have clappers and go. And that's why they sit at the tables and they start talking. It's like, girl, what are y'all doing? Can't y'all eat first? Y'all haven't even got your appetizers and you're already arguing. I don't get it. But anyway, he says they're still married, and we're like, yeah. And then they were like, they go off. They were like, okay, it's nice seeing y'all, whatever. And they were like, oh my God, I can't believe we saw them here or whatever. So they say he has an apartment. Oh, that's what's her name said, that Herman had an apartment already. She said they were living separate lives. They were in the house, but to keep up appearances, they just had separate rooms, basically, which a lot of couples do. They have separate rooms. I think actually separate rooms in marriages probably help, like have separate rooms and then come together when you want to come together, but have your own individual space. I think that is helpful for a lot of personalities of people who get married. I feel like people should have their own space, their own personal space that they can retreat to when they want to, when they need to. I feel like that helps. But anyways, Herman and her had separate rooms. She said one night she got up and he was coming in at 4:00 in the morning, and turned out he had an apartment already. She was like, that motherfucker had an apartment. She was like, that motherfucker. She was like, but what she say, rest in peace. But she has to go through it. That's what they were basically saying, that Lisa's in denial. I think everybody is in agreement that Lisa's in denial. She's in denial, and she doesn't want to let go of that lifestyle. That is, I believe that she loves Lenny. I do, but I think it's the lifestyle that she is like it's like making her go crazy. Larsa and her daughter go spend $2,000 on swimwear. Okay. Gertie and Russell, they have their beach date, right? They've been together 20 years. What works? A lot of communication and sex. I was thinking about Lisa and Lenny. Everybody's going to their respective partners and asking them, like, what's going on with Lisa and Lenny? They've been together this long. Could that happen to us? And could that happen to me? She says to her husband, are you happy? He was like, yeah. He says, but you're a workaholic. When you come home, you're still wrapped up in work and you shut down at night. So I don't know if that means the pocketbook shuts down at night. I don't know what he's talking about. So he says, but yeah, we're here for the long run. She says it's hard to be a boy mom because she doesn't feel guilt when leaving them because their father is there. So, but they still need the love and affection from you too, as they get from their father. Love, affection, attention, and all that stuff. So she doesn't feel guilty when she leaves them, but she wants to make sure that party planning, that she lets them understand that party planning doesn't come before them. So she needs to do better with the boys. She says she's not the best Gertie yet. Okay. And so she says she's not the best Gertie yet, and she's still, it's a work in progress. It's always a work in progress. Adriana and Julia, they go to get a non-surgical Brazilian butt lift, and she says that she doesn't have any issues with Larsa, but that Larsa doesn't own that she's had a butt lift. I think it's actually pretty ridiculous that Larsa wants us to believe that watermelon on her back is her real ass. She wants us to believe that loaf of bread that she's dragging around is her real ass. Girl. Girl, no, we don't believe that. Julia shares with Adriana that her and Martina are going to adopt. I guess the empty nester thing is getting to Julia. And so Martina at first said no. I think she said at first said no, but then she said, I think it's time for us. Maybe we can adopt. I honestly think that Martina doesn't want, like, I don't know. I feel like Martina is doing that to make her happy, but I feel like Martina wants to, now that the daughters are out of the house, it's like, what makes it messed up is that she has that farm. So as much as she wants to do the traveling and stuff, somebody has to work the farm. And I think that's what keeps her tied over there. I think that's the issue with Aspen as well. So I don't know, like maybe Martina wants to do more traveling. The girls are out of the house. We want to go out. We want to do things, want to be about town. We're still young enough. The girls are gone. Let's live. And you want to bring another baby into the situation. Okay, a teenager. I think maybe she said a teenager. Did she say a teenager? I don't know if she said a baby. I don't remember what they said. Anyways, so Gertie and Nicole are on their way to Alexia's event, and Nicole is explaining. You see how close Nicole was sitting to Gertie. She is explaining their engagement party. It's going to be like, did she say Great Gatsby, Las Vegas type of theme? So that's what I think. That's going to be cute. She says in a bank vault. That's going to be so cute. So cute. She says she's getting these weird jabs from Larsa. Larsa keeps bringing up her ex-husband who was a school teacher, and she keeps bringing him up, and then they showed a montage, and she brought him up at the reunion. She brought him up on the boat where Adriana was shooting her video shoot, and another time. And she says, I just don't understand. And then you saw Gertie trying to pretend like she was interested in the conversation. That's the thing about Gertie. I believe that Gertie is not present. That's what it is. I kept trying to figure out what it is about Gertie. I don't think Gertie is present. I think Gertie has like so many things going on in her head. Even the way she talks super fast. I don't think that she's fully present in situations. There's something about Gertie that I feel is a part of it. A part of her is missing. Go back and watch that. And she was like, oh, let me take my glasses off so I can, hear what you're saying. But then it's like you're still not completely there. I don't know what it is about Gertie, but that's what it is. I feel like she just probably has a lot going on. Alexia's event, Frankie is there giving everybody hugs and stuff. Marisol and Adriana show up. Did you see that Lenny's girlfriend made a statement? I'm like, girl, why would you make a statement? Like, I thought that was tacky as hell too. Like, girl, why would you make a statement? You're this man's girlfriend and probably won't be for long. Why are you talking to the press about anything? I was with the rest of them. I'm like, girl, shut the fuck up. Why are you talking? You're supposed to be the side chick or the mistress or whatever. Shut your ass up. What are you giving statements to the press about? Girl, it's a mess. She basically says she's not the reason why they broke up. All the women are talking about it, and they feel like Lenny is torturing her. Gertie comes in. She says she has a bag already from that woman's line. I really want to know if Gertie bought that because she was going there or she had it previously. It was something that made me seem like Gertie bought it just so that she can show up with it in that way, which I think is cool. Like, but I don't know if Gertie, I kind of feel like that's what happened. I don't feel like Gertie had that bag. I feel like she bought it for the purpose of coming to the event, which I think is cool. Fine. Lisa gets on the phone with Lenny on the way there. He tells her fuck off or something like that. They're arguing about something. Adriana shares with the girls that she got a BBL, a non-surgical BBL. And Larsa says she's jealous because she wants a body like hers. Girl, do you know that people can, like, the same way you bought it, she can buy it too. Your body is not real, Larsa. And I think that's like, I want to like Larsa, but it's like, why are you lying about that? Why are you lying about that? Is that what some you and Kim said? Y'all made a pact and said we're always gonna say that our asses are real. Is that what you and Kimberly Kardashian did? Y'all is that what happened? Because nobody believes you. Nobody. So nobody. Don't say that somebody is jealous of your body when they can actually go out and buy the body that you picked out from the catalog. Lenny is doing this to hurt her. He's talking to the press. I just want to cry. Then he sends her a text message asking her if she was going grocery shopping. And to get him some strawberry, peanut butter, and bananas for his protein shakes, because he's got muscle now and a six-pack. So he can keep his figure up for his girlfriend. Can you bring him some strawberry, bananas, and some peanut butter? I wish a motherfucker would. Larsa sits down with Nicole. Nicole's like, this is the first time we've, sat down and had a conversation with each other. Girl, She's like, but I feel like, a couple of times you keep bringing up your ex, the teacher. And she's like, and I just don't understand, like, what is that? Like, what's that about? And she was like, because when you're giving advice, your experience from a divorce from a school teacher. And then she's like, and it comes off condescending. And then Larsa goes, do you know who I was married to? Yeah, a man who cheated on you for the majority of your marriage. Yeah, we know who you were married to, Scottie Pippen. What is that? I was like, what is Larsa talking about, girl? Don't nobody care. So, do you mean to tell me that the advice, Nicole got a divorce from a school teacher, you got a divorce from a professional basketball player, and you feel like Nicole's opinions or advice, because Nicole was the only one telling her to retain a lawyer. You didn't tell her to retain a lawyer. You told her the girl looked like a man. Nicole was the only one who actually kept telling her, get your shit together, get your shit together. So I don't understand why Nicole's advice to Lisa is discounted based on the man that they were married to. It doesn't even make sense. I was like, Larsa, shut up. When I tell you Nicole's entire face changed, she was like, you judged me before you knew me, right? She was like, you judged me before you knew me. She was like, what are you talking about? You told me you didn't want me at your house because you didn't know who I was. Yeah. I don't understand. Why is that is that like wrong? You want anybody coming to your house that you don't know who they are? I want to know who you were, girl. I don't know you. She's like, but I know that you slept with every doctor in the hospital, but do I say that? Some people turned around like, what? Who are you to judge me? That's what Larsa talking about. She comes back with a bite, but I felt like it was unwarranted. I felt like Nicole was genuinely coming to her, trying to have a conversation, and Larsa just bit back and was like, you slept with every doctor in the hospital. Nicole's entire face changed, and then this week she basically says like she's dead to me. Like, I'm not gonna fuck with her. Like, what? Girl, you tried to play me out. And then she was like, you know how that looks? This is what Nicole is saying next week. You know how that looks? Like, first of all, I'm a pretty girl, and people are already thinking that, even though she's an anesthesiologist, but they may think she's sleeping with everybody in the hospital. Maybe she is. Shit, girl, I don't know. But Nicole was not happy. She was like, that can ruin my reputation. I'm not playing with no shit like that. And I don't know. I don't know. You can't say. I don't think she's sleeping with people at the hospital. You never know, motherfuckers. Like I said, you can't say nothing on anybody because you just never know. It's what you don't know. It's okay. It's what you don't know. You're like, I know my man. I know my man. Okay, it's what you don't know, bitch. Anyways, y'all, I gotta go. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down to the comments. Peace.